Hello family, how you doing today? This is Guruji Neteru. Guruji Neteru. Your famous guru. I am at your service. So today we will be talking about fasting. So fasting is something very important for spiritual growth. Right? And all of this, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not saying this because somebody else said it or none of that bullshit. I'm saying this because I experienced it firsthand. Right? What I've noticed, this is not just what I've noticed. This is what the gurus and the yogis of India have also experienced. So, eating food brings you more into the third dimension. You are what you eat. You eat 3D food, you will become more 3D. This is how this works. This reality is very simple, but also a bit... No. This shit is simple. It's not complex at all. It's simple. It's really simple. But yes, eating brings you more into the third dimension. And if you want to ascend above the third dimension, you want to experience the higher planes of existence, you will need to fast. You will need to renounce eating food. Right? Renounce the sensory pleasures of this world. It's not even just food. It's renouncing all sensory pleasures, renouncing sex, renouncing food, renouncing the ego, right? Renouncing all these three things. This will allow you to directly experience the higher planes of existence, right? But yes, if food densifies you. I don't care if that's a word. I made that bitch up. Densifies. The meaning of densify is make you more dense, right? Make you more 3D, right? That's what food does. It makes you more 3D. It makes you think more. It makes you operate how they want you to operate. And when I say they, I'm talking about just negative energies. Negative energies want you to think, right? Overthink, right? They want you to engage in lower animalistic desires, right? Such as sex, right? Etc. Right? But fasting is key to experience the bliss, the inner bliss, not the outer bliss, the inner bliss of the higher dimensions of the human. But I've noticed when I fast, I have way more... Damn. Loud as hell. But I've noticed when I fast, I am way more energetic. I am way more spiritually in tune. I am way more silent. I am way lighter. Physically speaking and spiritually speaking. Right? Physically I feel light, but also I don't feel anchored by the human mind and having to think. I don't feel the need to do any of that. Right? I naturally operate in higher dimensions when I fast. I naturally operate without having to think. Everything is much more subtle. I feel My presence is way more subtle, but when it's more subtle, it makes it more powerful, right? Because that Shakti energy is subtle, that divine feminine. It's subtle, but it's powerful, right? So that's what fasting does. Fasting, it helps you drop the 3D world, right? It helps you drop the 3D world and all of its sufferings and attachments. Fasting is like you're physically not choosing to eat food, which aids you spiritually in not attaching to things in this world, right? I see food as clouds, right? Your soul is the sun, food is clouds, right? I've made this analogy many times, right? So when you eat, it's like clouds that come and cover the sun, the truth of your being, right? They cover the truth of your being, the truth of your soul essence, right? Right? These clouds, I'm saying the food is clouds because the foods, they influence thinking, and thinking is clouds, right? It's just clouds in the vast sky of your consciousness, right? So the thinking creates the clouds, right? The food creates the thinking, more thinking, and the thinking creates the clouds that covers your soul, right? These clouds are clouds of ignorance. They're clouds of unrealness, not real, right? These clouds are just dimming your light. They're dimming your true soul, your true essence, right? This is the perfect analogy. You have to understand this analogy. You will see what I'm talking about if you go on at least a 3-day fast. You will see what I am referring to. But yes, this food, it clouds your true essence, right? It dims your light, right? You want to purposely dim your light? Go eat food. Go eat a bunch of food every day. That's how you dim your light. And look at all the people in the world. Their light is dimmed. There's no specialty in most of these people in the world. They're just fucking normal humans. You know why? Because they eat every day, 3 times a day. Bullshit food too, which creates even more disruption in the spiritual sky of your soul, right? The vast spiritual sky. You go around in the world, you see barely anybody shining their light. Like, they're shining. Barely. Do you see that shit? Do you see somebody just enjoying their life? Like, actually, like, just living in that they're taking accountability of the creative energies, and they're creating what they want instead of self-created programmed thoughts just coming in, right? Do you see this on a daily basis? Do you see people just living just light as a feather, just spiritually in bliss? Do you see this shit ever? No, you don't. This is because of the food. It's not just because of the food. It's because of the food. It's because of the sex. It's because of the ego. All these 3 things. These are the 3 biggest, I'm not going to say enemies. I'm going to say the 3 biggest downfalls of the human, right? These are the 3 things that bring the human down in vibration, in frequency, right? Brings them into the personal mind. I am this person. I am separate from everything. I am not connected to the universe. I am not connected to the earth. I am just this accidental human, right? I just accidentally appeared here. It was an accidental birth, right? I'm just normal, and yeah, no, this is a cancer. This is a disease of the mind, right? Every human is a soul. Every human is a soul, but we get so sucked in to these 3 things: the ego, the food, and the sex, right? This puts us in that animalistic state. We are in that survival mode. It puts you into that survival mode, right? You're always chasing something. It's always a chase, right? You're always trying to just survive, right? You're not like, I think of life as Minecraft. There's creative mode and survival mode. Most of the people are living in survival mode. They're not creating and living in their bliss, right? They're just going day by day, just surviving, right? It's like we need to transcend these three limitations, these three things that are clouding the soul, clouding everybody's divine essence, right? Everybody has the divine essence within them. It's not exclusive. It's inclusive. Everybody's included with this divine essence. But only few will realize and embody it in this lifetime. Very few. But it's these three obstacles, right? Sex, food, ego. The three obstacles to transcend, to reach that divine essence that has always been residing within you, not outside of you. You don't have to pray to get it. It's already there. It's already there. You just have to transcend the humanly desires, right? The human desires, right? That everybody's sucked into on a daily basis. Right? It's like these desires are so mundane. It's so limited. It's so boring. Like, aren't you guys tired of eating food? Aren't you guys tired of just the same desires, just fulfilling the same desires and not feeling fulfilled after anyways? Right? You feel fulfilled for a temporary moment, but after you're in the same state. You're just in that zombie mode. You're in that survival mode. I gotta survive. Right? You go back into the survival mode. Like, you have like, it's funny because what everybody is really searching is the divine essence, but they're not finding the complete divine essence in the world. You don't find the divine essence in the world. You find it within yourself. It's like everybody's seeking that bliss, that ultimate bliss, but it's not in the food. The bliss, the food. The pleasure of the food and the sex and the ego of the power, this is only a 1% of the actual bliss. 1%, 0.001% of the actual bliss that is your divine essence within. Right? It's not, everybody's seeking that divine bliss, divine love, that joy. But you're not finding it in the food. You're not finding it in the sex. You're not finding it in the power. You're not finding it in the ego. You're not finding it in the money. You're not finding it in anything in this world. Haven't you realized? You are never completely fulfilled. You don't feel completely fulfilled. And that is due to you searching for the divine essence, the divine bliss in things outside of yourself. When it's all in your heart, it's all there, right? You just have to transcend the first three chakras. You have to balance them, right? You have to balance the first three chakras, then boom, the fourth chakra, that's where the bliss blossoms. That's where the heart of the lotus of the heart, right? That's where that bliss comes from. That's where the self resides, the Atman, the ultimate supreme self. That's where it resides. That's where the divine love resides. That's where God resides within yourself, in your heart. It doesn't exist in the fucking sky. It doesn't exist in nothing of this world, but inside yourself, right? And it's like, stop being swayed by the world. Stop being a sheep. Stop doing what everybody else is doing. Right? Everybody's going outside. Everybody's going and doing and engaging in these three lower desires. The sex, the greed, the ego, the gluttony, all these 7 deadly sins. Everybody's participating in them. How about you don't be like everybody else? How about you don't be like a sheep? Right? You be a lion, because that's what we all are. We are all lions. We are all God's sovereign free. Right? You are not controlled by anybody. Don't be controlled by anybody. Nobody has control over you. Govern yourself. Control yourself. Right? Don't be a sheep. Go beyond the 3 lower desires, so you can feel that divine bliss, so you can feel that spiritual ecstasy. Right? The 3 lower desires never compare to the spiritual ecstasy. They will never compare. It's not even close. Not even close. This is from someone who felt that spiritual ecstasy. Not off drugs, not off weed, not off shit. Off relying and abiding in the divine essence that is residing within all human beings. Right? And ever since I felt it, I never wanted to engage in anything else. I never wanted to engage in a fucking sex, in a fucking food, ego, none of that shit. Power, no. I don't want none of that shit. I don't want anything that has to do with this world. I want that spiritual ecstasy. Nothing else. Because after I felt it, bruh, that was the best feeling in my life. I felt it in the airport. I felt it many times. But it's like, that's what God does. When you're on the right path, God gives you a glimpse of that spiritual ecstasy that resides within. Ultimate, they call it samadhi, right? In the yogic terms, samadhi, right? It's the contemplation, the ultimate contemplation, right? It's an otherworldly bliss, right? Humans they would never think there was a bliss inside of them like that. Never in a day of their life think of something like that, right? If I told them they would think I'm crazy. If I told them how I felt, just by myself, just abiding in the heart from, oh my God, it's like, it's unexplainable. The feeling's unexplainable. Right? You just feel this oneness. I can attempt to explain it, but I can't. Right? It's just this oneness and just emerging into the ultimate reality, which is Brahman. You can't explain it. You just have to experience it for yourself. Right? It's just, it's laughable how everybody's, chasing all these things in the world, but they're not. None of it is comparable to the divine ecstasy within. It's like none of that shit is not even close to the divine ecstasy within, bro. Not even close. It's not even close, bro. Like, literally, it comes nowhere. Not even a snot, bruh. It's, oh my God, bruh. It's like that little satisfaction from food and sex. It's like so small. That shit is like an ant. Imagine this. So the pleasure you get from these 3 lower desires is like an ant, and then the spiritual ecstasy is the whole universe. That's how it feels. That's comparing it, but it's like you still can't compare it. It's like, bro, when you feel this, you want to just burst into tears. Like you just want to just. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy. Right, but don't, you feel me? Don't renounce all your desire, all the lower desires, just to feel that bliss. Do it because you genuinely are tired of living this mundane life with these mundane pleasures. Right? Don't do it for the feeling of the bliss, or you won't achieve it. Do it because you genuinely are just tired of this what everybody else is doing. Right? A lot of people don't have genuine happiness in this world, and it's because they continuously chase these mundane desires. You know? It's like when I fast, I start to feel high. Like I feel high, but not off drugs. I'm just high off life. That's how it feels when you fast, right? But when you first fast, it's not gonna feel like that. You first have to detoxify yourself. You've been eating all this food. Your poor digestive system has been constantly working for years, having no breaks. Have some empathy for your fucking digestive system, right? A lot of people are just out of tune with their bodies. Their poor bodies have been overworking them fucking selves, and they wonder why they're tired. Because you've been overworking your body. Do you have empathy for your body? Have empathy for your fucking body. Your poor body's been dealing with your fucking shitty ass habits and programming, eating this fucking McDonald's. You know how your body feels when you eat that shit? It wants to fucking hit you in the face. That's how it feels. It's like going like this to your body. When you eat McDonald's and all this bullshit, it's like you go like this to your body. You just say, fuck you, body. Here you go. Digest this McDonald's, this fucking bullshit food. That's what you're doing. Right? It's like, that's what you're doing to your body. Do you have empathy for your body? Like, shit. However old you are, your digestive system's been constantly working. Like, it has no breaks. You give it no breaks. That's what fasting is you give your body a break. You give that shit a break to relax and not always constantly do something. People wonder why they're so tired. They have no motivation, no energy to do anything. Bro, it's because your body is just constantly overworking. It's not just working, it's overworking. It's doing more than it should, right? And it's not even doing more than it should just for one day. It's doing more than it should every day, right? You're overthinking. And what does that do? It just overworks the brain. You're overstimulating your brain. Then when you eat, you're overeating. You're not eating how much you actually should. You're overeating. 3 times a day is overeating. I don't care what type of scientists, what the fuck they said. I don't give a fuck. That is some bullshit. 3 times a day is overeating. Okay? I don't want to hear that shit. Oh, the scientist, the PhD. I don't give a fuck. That's some bullshit. All of them, you know it. This medical system, it's all for the money. It's not just because they care about you. You think they care about you, these doctors and these people? No, they just want money. Okay? Why do you think these people go 4 years to get a PhD? For the fucking money. It pays good. You think they give a shit about your health? No. How the hell is the pharmaceutical industry gonna make money? By your ass overeating and getting all these diseases from the McDonald's and shit. Come on now. But yes. Give your body a break. Stop thinking. Stop eating. Feel your body. Have empathy for your body. Your body is Mother Nature. Your body is a part of nature. It's a gift to you, and you treat it like shit. You should be ashamed of yourself. And you're not working out too. You need to get in the gym too. You need to go on a run. Get in the gym. Care about your body. Take care of it. It takes care of your consciousness that you are, the soul that you are. So how do you take care of the body? Right? How about you give it a equal exchange? It's keeping you alive, but you're eating all this death. Right? You're feeding it death. These terrible thoughts, these terrible foods, this sex. This shit just degrades the body. All of it degrades the body. Meaningless sex, lustful sex. This degrades the body, degrades the mind, degrades the spirit, degrades the soul. It's just a degenerate lifestyle. It's just, oh my God! It's just that's the work of the devil. It's like you're the devil for real, and you're treating the body. Right. People want to change the world, but it's like, how are you treating yourself? How are you living? You want the world to change, but you're still participating in this fuckery? How the fuck do you think the world's gonna change if you can't even change? Come on now. How the fuck? But yeah, y'all, this has been Guruji's Neteru, transmission on soul and spirit. Hope y'all have a blessed day, a blissful day. The divine ecstasy, not the earthly ecstasy. It's not even ecstasy. It's just, it's a facade of pleasure. But yes, y'all have a great day, or night, or evening, or afternoon. Namaste. Peace.